Hey, friends. I hope you all are doing well. And I'm on here today to talk about should you skip steps on your speaker journey. I am down in the trenches right now, planning out 2023, and I am so excited for what Legacy Scalar's next level will be. But I'm mostly excited for our clients who have entrusted us to be able to help them set up their speaking foundation so that there is going to be sustainable growth on their journey. So today we announced that we've finally secured our location. We'll be hosting our event in Atlanta, Georgia, October 12th through the 14th, and I am so excited about that. But I wanted to come on here to kind of talk about a running thing that I'm seeing. For the last 2 weeks, I've been offering complimentary next best step strategy sessions. I don't know why I get a tongue twister with that. But in these strategy sessions, I have been meeting some incredible, brilliant, amazing individuals who are all speakers in their own right, but they're finding that they are getting stuck along this journey. And I think there's a realization that we all need to come to in our business. And this conversation was inspired by a recent post that I saw from another business owner who I admire. Her name is Jerisha Hawk. You often have heard me say over and over and over and over again, and when I introduce myself as a speaker consultant, that our goal is to help our brilliant speakers, our legacy driven speakers, get to a place where they make sustainable, recurring income through speaking. However, many speakers aren't concerned about that. Hold on, let me close my thing here. They aren't concerned about sustainable income. What am I hearing often from most people? They're interested in how can I secure that big check? I want that 5 to 6 figure check. And there's nothing wrong with that because I want to join you too. All right. I want to join you too. I want to be there right with you, shoulder to shoulder, getting these coins, getting to the next level. However, what I'm finding is many speakers and trainers want the fast track to the cash. They want to skip all the steps and go straight to where to pay gigs, where to this and to that, right? And what they find is even if they have the opportunity to be blessed with revenue generating for that one gig or for that one corporate contract or whatever the case may be, they often will find that their speaking and training business house is built on straw versus cinder blocks. And I was listening to Jerisha talk about this, which inspired me because she talked about some of the steps that coaches and consultants tend to skip, right? And what she mentioned in this particular talk was she shared about how you may get to that 100K goal that you desire, but your business foundation is built on 40K. So then you get burnt out. And then you get to a place where you're like, man, that was so hard. I don't think I'll be able to continue on. That, my friends, is not a sustainable business. That, my friends, is what's happening with many speakers and why they can't get to a place where they're consistently and regularly paid because they're skipping all these steps and they're going for the glitz and the glam, right? Or they're going for, I just want to get paid. And they haven't done the work to create transformational speaking programs, nor have they done the work to really create the structure to support the money that's their God-given right to have. So they get to a point because they haven't really shown up for themselves and they haven't done the laborious work of setting up that structure, of feeling like, you know what, it wasn't really meant for me. Or it's that coach's fault because I still don't have enough X, Y, and Z. And so when you flesh out some questions like, when was the last time you pitched? What have you done to work on your speaking programs? When was the last time you shared your speaking services? People get sheepish. Well, mm, you know. Now, come on now. You know your actions are not lining up with what it is that you say that you want. And my friends, anything that you want that's worthwhile, such as a sustainable income and revenue through speaking and training, that requires planning. That requires structure. Don't be fooled by all the prettiness that comes along with that. That requires work. So I want you to ask yourself, type in the chat for me. Are you ready to do the work? Type in the chat, are you ready to do the work? Ask your neighbor that. Ask yourself that. Go into the mirror and ask, are you really ready to do the necessary work to create speaking and training as a revenue producing stream of income in your business? Because it doesn't happen by chance. The speaking gigs aren't just going to fall in your lap. So here are a couple of things that I wrote down that I want to kind of just demystify today based on some trends that I'm finding in some of the conversations that I'm having. And I want to encourage you that if you know that speaking and training is what you have been called to do in numerous ways, and you really want to make this a regular option in your business that's actually revenue generating, the foundational pieces will be discussed in my 2023 speakers conference. This is not about fluff, y'all. It's about making serious coin with our brilliance. And before you get those amazing speaker contracts, there's some work that you have to do in the background. You also need to be bomb at the work that you do. And it's got to make some sense. It's got to be aligned. How do you do that? By creating structure. So here's the thing that I want you to keep in mind here. Being in close proximity with an influencer or celebrity will not get you more speaking gigs. Let me repeat this again. Being in close proximity with an influencer or celebrity will not get you more speaking gigs. That means nothing to an event organizer who's looking to hire you for your speaker services. It means nothing. What we all have to understand is that there's going to be necessary work. And that work means that we need to get clarity on what it is that we are providing, the outcome, the benefit, the audience that we're speaking to. If I put you in a wonderful, amazing outfit and know that you're already dope, but I put you in this amazing outfit and give you all the makeup in the world and blow hot smoke all over the place, right? And have you looking fabulous, right? None of that means anything to the event organizer, because at the end of the day, what they're mostly concerned about is what's in it for them, what's in it for their audience. And if you don't have clarity on that, my friends, no matter who you have proximity to, it's not going to magically rub off on you in order to get you more visibility and to land more paid speaking gigs. Here's another thing that is coming up as a running theme. Falsely assuming because you're awesome, you're automatically going to have these opportunities fall in your lap. And my friends, what I have seen, even for myself, where you get a little comfortable, I'm guilty of all of this, right? You get comfortable and you think that, well, there's this false sense of entitlement. It almost becomes like an ego-driven decision of, I've been doing all of the things. Why isn't it happening just yet? And a lot of times, many of individuals who I have the opportunity of meeting aren't really truly doing all the things. They aren't really doing the targeted things. You know what they're doing? They're worrying about updating a website and making it look pretty, or making sure the font size is a size 24 versus a 16, and thinking that working on these mundane activities is going to change the scope of their speaker goals. Oh, it will have an impact, all right? It's going to have an impact of non-revenue generating and dust bunnies running up in your bank account. That's the reality. So what we have to get to a place of understanding, which is in alignment with the first one, is understanding that as amazing as you are, you still have to work on your brand amplification. And it needs to be consistently done on a daily basis. And if you aren't doing that, my friend, then you are basically saying and waiting for things to fall into your lap. We can't skip steps on our speaker journey. Go ahead and type that in the chat. We can't skip steps on our speaking journey. We're not going to skip a step because we're hanging out with someone that's well known. We're not going to skip a step because we're awesome. You're not entitled to this opportunity. You have to work for it. And so then that goes to this part here where we have to really consider, is the work that I'm doing transformative? Do I really believe that? And if I do, am I showing up in a way that demonstrates that? All right, here's the third thing, which aligns with the final point I want to bring out, is that we begin to start worrying about everything that doesn't produce any sort of revenue. And what matters to you as a speaker and trainer is how transformative your programs are. How is that aligned to your business offerings? And are those business offerings set up on the back end that will allow you to produce income on a consistent basis? And if you don't know the answer to that, then there's some foundational work that you need to work through. So I'm going to encourage you to consider our speaker conference, our Legacy Scaler speaker conference, because we're scaling our business through the podium, right? Through the power of our voice. I would love to have you consider joining us in Atlanta, October 12th to the 14th. If you've attended my workshop, you already know I don't do fluff. If you've gone to anything that I've done, consulting program, anything, you know that we give so much so that we can get to a place of seeing more women of color going out there and making a difference by using the power of their voice. All right. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are some steps that you think that you've skipped along your speaker journey and that you need to go back and work on? I have found many clients who have had the opportunity to get that awesome contract, and then they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to teach? And right. And how do I repeat it again? Right. So that's the sustainability part. We want to get out of the notion of thinking that, oh, great, I've got this one speaking gig. No, the work doesn't end here. It doesn't end there. We want them to keep coming back. We want to be able to have our business set up where we can generate regular leads to our business, and we can make money through speaking and training, whether you're looking at the front or the back end. But you have to first start at the fundamental pieces to really make sure that your house is not built, your business house is not built on straw, that your business is built on those cinder blocks, right? Those cement blocks, so that when those opportunities come, and they will, when you show up consistently, when you do the extra work, when you go out there and you hire the right trained professionals that understand the speaking and training industry, and they are out there to help support you, the fundamental pieces need to be cared for first. And that's the work that we do with the Legacy Scaler consulting firm. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Feel free to DM me if you don't want to wait until October and you want to start working on your speaker goals now.